Hi, I'm Raven. Welcome to Silence of the Season. I believe that there comes a point in our lives when we feel compelled to reevaluate who we are, where we've been, and where we want to go. A time that requires solitude and dedication and trust as we open ourselves to finding more meaning and guidance that our hearts yearn for. Join me on a 4-season self-discovery journey where we'll explore the link between the seasons of the earth and the stages of our lives. The stories and songs in this album reflect the profound experience and impact nature can have on our lives and the importance of embracing its wisdom and beauty. As you listen, I invite you to enjoy a process of awareness and awakening as you return, reflect, release, and reclaim the clarity and companionship the natural world has to offer. May your inner seasons be joyously ignited as you discover the peace and possibility waiting for you in the silence of the season. Lean close to the land and touch the soil. You'll feel the pulse of life in the earth's heart. What a beautiful expression for the beginning of spring, a time of birthing, celebration, and transformation. A time when silent seeds awaken from the earth's womb and rise out of the winter ground laughing like children set free from school. Green pops of color, swollen buds on bare branches, and hesitant blossoms begin turning their faces to the warm afternoon sun. Sounds magical, doesn't it? But let's face it, for many of us, transitioning from winter to spring is not always a pleasant or welcoming experience. After enduring the long, dark days of winter, coupled with the harsh freezing temperatures that seem to lock me up indoors, I find myself desperately longing for the warmth and the freshness of an early spring. The minute I see my first robin of the season, I get so excited, but only to have my enthusiasm destroyed by yet another new layer of snow. The wait can feel unbearable. A drab and a weary time when I miss the smell of rain-soaked earth and particularly the sound of thunder. Patience, they say. Patience. Trust that the warmth will return and there will be longer and brighter days ahead. Waiting for spring to arrive can be an awkward and in-between time when I'm no longer embraced by the gentle silence of winter, yet not quite emerging through the natural rebirthing of spring either. It's taken me much of my life to realize that what can be a very long and monotonous process of waiting for spring can also be a gift. A gift from nature, offered to each of us so that we can witness what happens inside of ourselves as our own inner awakenings occur. Let me share more. I celebrate a birthday in May, and I love to spend Mother's Day with my mom, who I have always and will forever adore. My mother and I share a love for life. She's a spiritual woman, as I am, although we practice our faith in different ways. Her church is built with brick and mortar, mine with trees and lakes. Despite our differences, we've shared a great respect for one another's beliefs and practices. I've attended church services and celebrated religious holidays with her, and she in turn has spent many afternoons in the woods with me joining in on solstice festivals and land ceremonies. A true privilege and a powerful bond between mother and daughter. Although we come from different perspectives, we share a profound love for the natural world, and we live with enormous gratitude for its beauty and life-giving gifts. It was only a short time ago that my mother passed away. It was the most excruciating loss I have ever had to endure. She passed away in early May, a time when the land was announcing new birth and celebration, yet I was suffering the greatest loss of my life. Thankfully, we had time to talk, to share, and prepare for her inevitable departure. Memories of those last precious afternoons with her will stay in my heart forever. With all her strength, her love, and wisdom, she gently comforted me in ways only a mother could. Knowing that I would experience a very long and painful healing journey, my mother's last words were carefully chosen. Her message of love and reassurance that I would find the strength to face the journey without her penetrated my soul.
When you wish upon a star, makes no difference where you are. I'll reach out to you in ways that seem new. Trust your senses, gaze into the stars. I won't be far. Seasons will come and they'll go, no different from before, except that we won't speak through words anymore. I'll send the wind.
I held my mother in my arms when she took her last breath, an honor I hold very dear. I knew that everything from that day forward would change for me in ways I couldn't imagine. I was also convinced I'd never celebrate spring again.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
What I've come to know about myself is this. When my inner world experiences extremely difficult times, the temptation to hide and resist change can overwhelm me. Honestly, I'd rather draw the bedroom shades and stay in bed with the covers over my head for an extended period of time than to face any of my challenges. I find myself conflicted as I feel my inner wisdom informing me that an enormous acceptance of a natural process is being asked of me before the greening of my heart can even begin. In the spirit of my mother's last words to me, I did my best to surrender to the land for guidance. And here's how. I began by taking my morning walks through the woods again. The faint promise of spring was in the air. With great trepidation, I trudged through large potholes of water, being careful not to slip on the softening layers of mud beneath the wet. I questioned how each step I took could possibly hold a clue towards feeling happy, whole, or even connected again. Broken tree limbs that had succumbed to the winds and weighted snow of winter blocked my path as I was forced to veer around them, slipping on tattered leaves. I found myself doubting and with great irritation how this walk would lead to any peace of mind. In my efforts to find relief, I stopped at a large rock that begged me to climb up on it. As I settled myself, a gentle, warm breeze arrived, as if summoned by my own spirit, caressing my hair and inviting me to breathe deeply and fill my lungs with life. As I did, memories of my mother came to me, recalling the times when she would stroke my brow with her loving hand and place her gentle kiss on my forehead. And you know, it was then that my heart opened.
Hear my voice in the falling leaves, let them caress your brow. A silent kiss from a butterfly, the rays of a rising sun, the soothing shade of a willow tree to heal the pain. Then I'll send rain. Liquid pearls come falling down, tapping a lullaby. My gift to you this stormy night, to quench your thirsty heart. A womb of darkness sways you into sleep, where you can dream.
I took in the earthy aroma of wet cedar trees and found myself letting go of the tension stored in my body. I began absorbing sweet bird song and the smell of rain. My heart began to lift a bit, and I felt a sense of satisfaction with myself for enduring the damp cold and the difficult hike. Then it hit me. Nature, in that moment, was mirroring back to me the wisdom I needed to heed in following the natural ebbs and flows of the land, which would in turn help me navigate the obstacles on my healing journey. In that moment, I realized how the broken tree limbs I had courageously hurdled represented the pain I needed to overcome. The mud and wet of greasy leaves protecting the forest floor were the tears I needed to shed in order to nurture my spirit back. The parallels between the seasons in nature and the seasons of my heart were aligned. That I, in perfect rhythm with spring, would bloom and dance once more.
Silent seeds beneath the ground, cloaked by the falling snow, awakened by the morning light, just as the year before. For they, like you, will bloom and dance once more. When you wish upon a star, makes no difference where you are. I'll reach out to you in ways that seem new. Trust your senses, gaze into the stars. I won't be far.
I leave you with this. If you want to know the wisdom of the land, listen to her poetry. Listen for each season's voice. Be attentive to it. Identify the lessons she has for you, and let the heartbeat of the season resonate with the heartbeat of your life. Hear the questions she asks. Receive her healing and her wisdom. And listen closely, for everything you need is waiting for you in the silence of the season.
a star makes no difference where you are. I'll reach out to you in ways that seem new. Trust your senses, gaze into the stars. I won't be far. Seasons will come and they'll go, no different from before, except that we won't speak through words anymore. I'll send the wind. Hear my voice in the falling leaves, let them caress your brow. A silent kiss from a butterfly, the rays of a rising sun, the soothing shade of a willow tree to heal the pain. Then I'll send rain. Liquid pearls come falling down, tapping a lullaby. My gift to you this stormy night, to quench your thirsty heart. A womb of darkness sways you into sleep, where you can dream. Seasons will come and they'll go, no different from before, except that we won't speak through words anymore. Ooh, 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 ooh. Silent seeds beneath the ground, cloaked by the falling snow, awakened by the morning light, just as the year before. For they, like you, will bloom and dance once more. When you wish upon a star, makes no difference where you are. I'll reach out to you in ways that seem new. Trust your senses, gaze into the stars.